We all know the Cutie map, the plot device introduced in Season 5, in the episode with the same name, and when I first saw it I immediately loved it. It only appeared after Twilight questioned the reason of the appearance of the Buyout Toys castle. Why should the magic want them to stay in Ponyville? The reason is, it doesn't. Once they sit on their phones together and really connect with the castle, the map appears. And first thing we all saw was the design. A crystal map for a crystal castle. And with that, one of the most interesting depictions of all of Equestria. The glow and the magical abilities were just fascinating to me from the start, and the feel of a hologram was adding to it. Obviously it's mainly used as a plot device to send the heroes that they want to have an episode together, be it main 6 or side character, on adventures. But I don't mind that, because it's a good plot device. It allows to easily introduce new storylines, characters and regions. While in the first adventure they got sent on by the map, we have a perfect example for that. Starlight's village is an entirely new region and Starlight as a character is introduced. All by setting up a story of loss, revenge and hate of cutie marks. Which in my opinion sets up one of the best season finales we ever got. But we will talk about that in a bit. Because the map gives us many more interesting things to see and hear before that. For example, we finally get to see Griffinstone, and with it part of the Griffin Kingdom, in the episode The Treasure of Griffinstone. This gives us the opportunity to develop Gilda more, who we haven't seen since Season 1, at least no speaking appearance. The episode also gives us much more knowledge about Griffin kind in general, together with some Griffin history to boot, and I love myself some lore like that. We also see the more lazy plot device abilities of the map. It gives an easy reason for only 2 of them to go, and Twilight is reasonably annoyed by it. It's lazy but story-wise acceptable. In future episodes we get to explore more of Manhattan, and with it get to see more older characters like Coco Pomel. Then, in Hoofields and the McColls, we get to see another new kind of region, and 2 interesting new families. So my point is proven. This map can be used for great world building and expansion of Equestria as we know it. And for some reason my head thought it was important to remember all this, and now my head is full of pony lore and history. And I do not mind that. Especially because of the season finale. One of the most important season finales we ever got. Well, all of them are really important, but this one is too. And the Cutie map is the plot device to set it up. And with it, sets up the thing that fueled theories for years.
Time travel!
The Cutie map is shown to be way more powerful than we saw up until now. It has the power to amplify at least the time travel spell of Star Swirl. And it makes sense. The time travel spell chooses the time, while the map is used to specify the location. And with that you can travel through time and space. And the map travels with you, even adapting to the new world. The inclusion of time travel always makes things more complicated, in any franchise. But it also gives great story opportunities. They sadly never used the time traveling again, but I can understand that, because as I said, it would be way too complicated to be able to do this whenever the writers want. So they destroyed the spell to remove this possibility. There are more time travel stories to be told for sure, but keeping the continuity intact, in and out of universe, would be a hard task. But the alternate timelines are a lot of theory fuel as it is. But enough about that. Back to the map at Hove. In Season 6 it's used in the same way as in Season 5, as a plot device to incorporate new characters and regions. Same in Season 7. And they do a pretty good job with it, making episodes like Top Boat and The Royal Problem possible. And I think we can all agree that those are some of the best episodes out there, with The Royal Problem being one of the best representations of the Royal Sisters to this day. Season 7 also shows the possibility of other creatures than the main 6 being summoned by the map. This overpowered plot device has influence on more than just the ponies that are connected to its first appearance. One last impressive thing is the start of Season 8, where you can see that the map has expanded. So it is in some way connected to the main 6's knowledge of the world that they got in the movie. Only after they got to know the regions beyond Equestria, they appeared on the map. Which makes sense. The Tree of Harmony, we know, is only the Equestrian tree. And why should the map, as its creation, expand into the regions of the other trees without some kind of interference? Even if we, even after the expansion, never visit the kingdoms where the other trees reside because of the map. At last, I want to talk about the last episode with an actual call of the Cutie map. Sounds of Silence, which lets us meet the Kirin in their homeland. These quickly became a fan favorite, and all these characters and kingdoms I mentioned would not have been this easily possible without the map, even if some of these characters that were introduced that way were criminally underused. Like the entire Kirin race. But also further development of older characters was possible, like I mentioned with Coco Pomel. Normally, I'm not fond of these kind of plot devices, but in this case it's been executed in a good way. The abilities of it were overpowered, but explained well enough to fit into the world of MLP. It wasn't overused and was able to set up so many stories, the most important one probably being the reformation of Starlight Glimmer, and with it, the introduction of Best Pony. But what do y'all think about the Cutie map as a plot device, its abilities and the stories that came from it? Let me know, like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy my content, even if I went a bit off the rails with this one. But anyway, until next time, fellow bronies, bony fellas, and bye!
I see this as an absolute win.